It's the Joe and Shab Show. Picks of the week. The
Yo.
year is 2017. You know what that means.
Things we want to see happen.
We're already a month in, so we're going to do picks of the week. Things we want to see happen in 2017. Pretend it's January. Pretend we're just in time with everybody else doing their picks of what they want to do in 2017. All those videos. Pretend that's one of those.
Hey,
Pretend it's January.
This one is more updated than those, so.
Yeah, because we know who won the Royal Rumble, and they don't.
That's it. That's all we know.
It's the only thing.
All right.
So we didn't talk about this beforehand. We don't know what each other's gonna say. So let's just get into it.
Yeah, I want to do. We're gonna try to avoid like obvious topics like I want Nakamura to debut. Like, no, that's boring. Like, we all want that. I'm pretty sure most people do anyway. I want to talk about some out there stuff. You know, like stuff that probably I might be in the minority of. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna think something like I literally didn't think about this beforehand whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at all.
That's fine. Well, I can go first if you want.
Yeah, you can go first.
All
I
right.
can think about it.
So, one of the things I have here is the cruiserweight division. Now, I don't want to see the cruiserweights get kicked off of Raw. I like that they're there and they also have their own show. You know, I enjoy the cruiserweights on Raw for the most part. Their segments are getting like shorter though, and like they're putting more of the cruiserweight like action and important stuff on 205 Live. But I have a bunch of cruiserweights that I think deserve the cruiserweight championship in 2017. Obviously, I got to have Jack Gallagher up there. He's the new number one contender, actually, so that might happen. I don't think it'll happen just yet, but...
Wait.
What?
Let me guess your second pick.
Okay.
Cedric Alexander.
Yeah.
I actually think there's no chance that Jack Gallagher gets a Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah, he doesn't need it, so...
I don't think he'll ever get it.
I wouldn't mind if he never got it, but he definitely doesn't, like, need it. He has enough of a character...
By himself.
Yeah. I will say, a guy like Cedric Alexander, though, has a lot of potential.
Oh, Cedric Alexander's the man.
Like, I think eventually he could move out of the cruiserweight division, be like an intercontinental champion or something like that. Like he's that good.
Yeah, I'd like to see him everywhere. Him and Rich Swann.
Oh yeah, definitely
the best. Neville already was like cemented though as being very good. So them two, those are my favorite of who's been introduced.
They would, yeah. Cedric Alexander and Neville would put on like a killer match. So I'd love to see that.
Hey, they're teasing it.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that. He didn't win the number one contendership, but he was in the match. So hey,
that at least you can pray. Also, I can't look at Jack Gallagher; he's too bright.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
He's whiter than Sheamus, which is very hard to do.
He also has a much better facial hair. So
really,
oh yeah, way better.
All right, so I also would like to see the Cruiserweight succeed. I'll be honest, I don't see myself watching 205 Live just for time reasons. I don't know, it's harder for me to get into that kind of stuff. So I just hope that they thrive more on Raw, personally.
Yeah.
They deserve that, but they also have to earn that. They don't just get that. They earn that themselves. Mm-hmm. And I kind of like that they're thrown to the Sharks. They get their time and they have to make it. They have to make it themselves. They kind of got thrown a bone with Neville. Mm-hmm. Because before that, it was Rich Swann and nobody else.
Right.
But I was gonna say, for 2017, man, I'd like to see the Undertaker retire.
Yeah, that's a lot of people won't admit that, but I think it is time as well.
At the Royal Rumble, I mean, it's such a weird thing to be like, this is what I want to happen in 2017. It's a downer. It's like one of your favorites ever retiring, but he looked out of shape at the Royal Rumble. He just doesn't really fit in with the era anymore. He's not really showing up that often. There's some times where it's like, do you stay or do you go? And sometimes if you stay too long, it kind of tarnishes your legacy a little bit, and I think he should go.
Definitely. You don't want him to end up like Hulk Hogan, you know.
I don't know. Yeah, Hulk Hogan. I don't know. I think his career is. I don't like Hulk Hogan. I think he ruined his career himself.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you want Undertaker to leave too? I mean, I don't want Undertaker to leave. I just want him to have a marquee match at WrestleMania. He goes out like a champ. Not necessarily winning. He just goes out and he does what he needs to do, and
Yeah,
And,
I completely agree with that. Like, people always debate, like, oh, he looks pretty good out there. He looked pretty good out there, at Survivor Series. Oh, he looked really good in that Hell in a Cell match. Oh, he looked terrible in this WrestleMania match. But, like, the fact that you're debating that shows that element
maybe he should be gone.
Maybe he, that doubt of, oh, maybe he might not be good for this is not good. And that's generally not a good thing to say about somebody, who's a professional athlete,
Every time other talent comes out, we don't go, wow, this guy looks like he can actually do what he's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But with Undertaker, you kind of go, oh, he's out of shape.
Yeah.
And Goldberg speared him. He didn't sell it that well. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I love the man. I love the guy. He's obviously one of the greats. But I'd like to see a fitting end to his legacy and his career.
Right.
End it correctly, and they don't just have it, slowly die out like a disease that just kind of keeps eating at you until it got really dark. But he should go out like a champ.
Hey, he's the dead man. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So
and no appearances like other legends. Like,
yeah,
he's done. Because he's a character. He's like the last kayfabe character we have. He can't come out being GM of SmackDown. You know what I'm saying?
It's not like Shawn Michaels, where Shawn Michaels can come out and beat up like Rusev, kick him in the face. It's different because he's a character. He's a different character.
Undertaker has no reason to show up ever again unless it's his Hall of Fame.
It would be like, I got 29 holes for
29 souls. He only had like 2 or 3 or something. But,
I got 3 holes for 3 souls. That doesn't sound nearly as cool.
Other general ones, I don't know. I'd like to see Sami Zayn become US champion.
Obviously.
So
I feel like it's close. It's close.
So don't say the obvious ones, is what you're saying.
Stuff that like you personally want, because I have a lot of ones that are really weird. That like there's stuff I was like, oh, I could see that happening. Like, I don't know.
Throw a small one at me.
I want Carl Anderson to be U.S. champion.
You know what I want?
Because let me explain real quick. So, I didn't know this. Like, I didn't know too much about his career. I actually just did some research, listened to Talk Is Jericho about this. Like, he was a giant star in Japan, and he's put on some really, really good matches. And I've looked those up as well. And he was in the finals of the G1 tournament, which is a very big deal. It's one of New Japan's like biggest honors. And a gaijin, aka like somebody from North America, for example, has never won it at that point in time. Kenny Omega was the first one to win it, but like Carl Anderson was in the finals. And he was a huge star over there. And over here, he had that match with John Cena, remember, where John beat him in 5 minutes. Like, not even. And I think he has potential. He's a tag team champion right now. And this correlates to another, if you don't mind, this correlates into another thing that I want. And that's, I sort of want the Balor Club to become a thing. So,
Bullet Club, but Balor.
Well, they could call it whatever they wanted, but I don't know what they would call it. But like Finn Balor with his bros again, because Finn, when he comes back, he's gonna be a hot star. He's gonna be a big guy. But
you're gonna be obsessed with him.
Yeah, I always am. But like, Seth Rollins is a face now. You always have Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns will be in kayfabe a babyface for the rest of his life.
I don't think so. People are really speculating soon.
I was thinking about that. We'll talk more about that on the Jonah Shop show, but I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. But you have all these guys that are faces now. I guess Samoa Joe's new; he's a heel, but Finn Balor. The club is doing nothing right now. Sure, they're the tag team champions, but they won it on the pre-show. And even then, it's the same tag team. It's the same matches we've seen before. They're still going around being like, nerds. And
yeah, I don't like the nerd stuff.
Yeah, but I'd like to see that happen. I really would. It'd be fresh for everybody. The club with AJ was fun last year, but for some reason they decided to split them up in the draft. I don't really understand that. But okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we all think that was a bad idea.
Yeah, the club would have been way better on SmackDown. That's when I remember we were talking about this a while ago on the show. We said who should be on SmackDown, who should be on Raw. We were talking like, oh, Sami Zayn, Cesaro. Like, no, it should. Thinking back, the club would have been way better on SmackDown.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you there even a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Other than that, trying to think anything specifically that I think will happen or I want to happen.
You want to happen. You want to happen.
I would 100% like Seth Rollins to become champion again.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
he coming back from his knee injury, when he came injured, he was obviously champion. He was on top of the world, and he was cutting promos while he was injured, while he was on the doctor's table, saying, "There's somebody on my throne, and I want it." And I watched that, and I got hyped. And I'm like, he came back, won a match right away, and was champion for 30 seconds, and then from there, it was just kind of floating, not doing much. Yeah, and I think he really deserves that, especially after being injured again and after facing Triple H. Universal Championship should be his soon after.
Yeah.
I mean, he deserves it, and I'd like to see that again because, I don't know, I think Seth face champion. Mm-hmm. It's great. And then maybe a Seth and Finn rematch.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that.
I would love to see that.
Me personally, I'd love to see that.
And if I'm being really stupid, what, are you trying to make fun of me?
I was doing that Red Letter Media thing.
Oh, okay. And I know it's not going to happen, but Dolph Ziggler world champion.
Oh, yeah. We'll.
He got pinned by Apollo Crews.
Hey, if Apollo
I told
Crews,
you it was going to happen.
If Apollo Crews wins the world title, there's a good chance. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
I can't believe he got pinned by. Anyways, and I'd like to see a new kind of fun tag team like Cesaro and Sheamus.
I was going to get to that. Don't talk too much.
Okay.
Do you want me to say it?
You can say it.
While we're talking
me about it on Facebook. So.
Yeah. So in 2017, I'd like to see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens be the tag team champions. Now I know it's like, oh, it's just like Cesaro and Sheamus. Yeah, I know, but I feel like you could do it a little differently, and you could make it a little bit farther out so it's not as obvious or something like that. Because with Cesaro and Sheamus, you just have two guys that like are trying to get along, I guess, but like don't, but then they do sometimes, and then it's like love-hate sorta. But
it's like, are they actually friends?
Yeah, but like I feel like if, for example, like the club, I'm just thinking of a heel tag team, like the club, they cheat to regain or let's say they beat the crap out of like Kevin Owens, they beat the crap out of Sami Zayn. They both hate the club, and then they're like, oh, okay, fine, you can have a tag team match against them, and they're like, what? Okay, fine, I hate the club, so I'll take this tag team match. And then they beat the club, and then maybe a month down the line, the club cheats to win the tag titles, and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens like, well, what the heck, man? We just we beat them up, but now they're the tag team champions, and that really stings a lot, So I mean, we could theoretically go out there, beat them again, take the titles off them. And I know I hate we hate each other a lot, but damn, we could do this, So that would just a thrown together reason as to why they would win the tag titles. And then you could have Kevin Owens cheat to win, and then Sammy's like, no, we can't do that, and then he'll tell the push the ref for, I don't know, he'd push someone out of the way or tell the ref to not do it, or I don't know. There's a lot of fun stuff there.
Dysfunctional tag teams.
Dysfunctional tag, yes.
Because, I don't know, the Ascension, who cares what you am I still pronouncing the name wrong?
You were still pronouncing the name wrong.
The Ascension.
Yeah.
What is it?
The Ascension.
The Ascension. Was I saying the Ascension?
Yes.
God, I'm like my mom. I love you, Mom. I love my mom, but she says happy birthday.
Is that bad?
It's birthday.
Have you ever been to the Japanese steakhouse? I was just there for my dad's birthday.
Do they say birthday?
They say bushday.
On purpose?
I don't know. Probably not. That's just the way they speak, and that's okay. I'm not.
Bushday. That is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? You're gonna have a bushday.
What are you gonna do? So,
all right. I would say that was a picks of the week. I don't know. I think we picked some things. I think it was a week.
I don't think. Yeah, those are just like some things off the top of my head that I'd like to see happen. Just rapid fire. Obviously, I'd like to see AJ Styles rise up to the top again, win the title in some fashion. I'd also like to see Dean Ambrose win the title again. There's
a lot of things for 1 year. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, well, they don't all have to happen. They're not predictions by any means. This is stuff I'd like to see.
I would also like to see. It doesn't have to happen, but like someone change brands. We haven't seen that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like how that'd be interesting. Also, Shinsuke debut. Like that's too obvious.
Yeah.
But
I'd like to see Apollo Crews win the world title by beating Dolph Ziggler clean in the main event of WrestleMania.
You may get your wish.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're gonna be rude like that, then I've been playing Tetris while we've been recording. I got 3 Tetrises in a row. I'm not kidding.
Dude, let's play Tecmo
Bowl. It's not in a row. I got 3 Tetrises like within a minute.
Let's play Tecmo Bowl and put it on the channel.
Hey, we can branch. Anyways, guys, that was a picks of the week. You guys have a great weekend. I forget that we filmed this before Joe and Shop show. I was gonna be like, watch Joe and Shop show.
Tell us what you want to happen in 2017.
Of course, and then 2018 too, and the year after that, and like every year.
I'd like to see Roman Reigns. I'd be like, I'd like to see Roman Reigns finally retire.
Oh, people were like, why doesn't Roman get injured instead of Seth? And
That's terrible.
Like, you're a terrible human.
First off, he does. Second off, what the?
Does he?
Yeah, he got that hernia.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was injured and he won Superstar of the Year, and everyone's like, how did that happen?
Because he's the big dog. He's got to win Superstar.
Well, like he was supposed to have a match with Seth Rollins, and then he got injured, and then at Night of Champions, I think it was Night of Champions, Seth's like, he's not here, and then Dean came back instead and beat him up.
Seth's voice sucks.
Yeah, whatever. Shut up.
Sparkle crotch. All right. I think we're done with it.
All right. Bye-bye.